Okay, today we're going to discuss how to define classes in HTML and then apply styles to those classes in CSS so that you can specify areas of your HTML that you would like to style differently. So the first thing we're going to do is create some content in our HTML, and I have a CodePen open so we can see the changes. So we're going to first create a div. And inside that div, let's go ahead and create a heading. And we'll say this is box 1. And then inside that div, underneath the heading, we'll also add some paragraph copy. So I'll just place some lorem ipsum within paragraph tags. And you'll see that content is down here. Let's take this period out. Now let's say we have multiple divs or multiple boxes of content. So this one is duplicated now. We just copied and pasted. And now we have 2 divs that have same properties. So let's go ahead and style these in CSS. And we'll say first, we'll select all the divs by using the HTML element in CSS as a selector. And then we're going to open our curly bracket and we're going to add a property and a value. So let's go ahead and give all of our divs a background color of gray. And you'll see that went ahead and applied to both the divs. And then let's also go ahead and apply a little bit of margin and padding so that we can see things a little bit better. And I'll go ahead and change the font family to the sans serif. There we go. Now that applied to both divs because we have the CSS selector of div, and so that applies to all the div elements in our HTML. So let's say we wanted to style the first div or box 1 separately from box 2. So we'll change this one to box 2. There we go. So we can do that by applying what's called a class. And what you do is inside the div tag in your HTML, you're just going to add class equals, and then in quotation marks, we'll call this one box 1. And we'll be sure to keep everything lowercase and together. And then we're going to apply another class to the second div, and we'll call this one box 2. So now that those have classes, let's go to our CSS and we'll style those differently. So the first thing we have to do is select that box. Let's say we want to style box 1 slightly differently, give it a different background color. So we're going to add a period, which is going to tell the CSS to look for a class. And then we're going to put the exact title that we put in quotation marks, which was box 1. So we'll open our curly brackets and we'll change the background color of box 1 to, let's do a dark blue. Yep, and you can see the background for box 1 only changed to dark blue. Now this is a little bit difficult to read with the black text, so we're going to change the color of the type also to white. There we go, that's much better. Now let's say you want to get more specific and you want to change the heading of box 2 to a different font style. Then we're going to have to specify using CSS specificity. So we're going to say in our CSS, look at the class with box 2, and inside that class, there's an H1. And then let's go ahead and style that. And we want to change the font family to a serif. And there you can see the style is instantly changed. And that is how you apply CSS classes from HTML and then apply styles in CSS.